Hello, I'm back. So I went to Joann's and I got 3 patterns. They all look fairly simple. I got a shirt. I really like the one that she's wearing the best. That's probably the one I'm gonna try and make. I got 2 different skirts. I got this one, and then I got this one. And then this is the one I'm gonna start with. I really like that lower in the front kind of thing that it's doing there. So I measured myself. It asked for the measurement of your bust, your waist, and your hip. I don't know, it's a skirt, but anyway. And it tells you what size, at least this one tells you on the back of the package here. I circled the one that I need for that. This one, though, tells you on this little flappy. So I had to go through like 7 or 8 different ones of this brand before I realized that that's where the sizes were, because I'm on the other two, it was just on the back, and I'm like, well, that information isn't what I'm looking for. Like, I don't know what size I am. I can't, like, how do I find that? Anyway, I figured it out. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on how to do this, and because this is the first time I'm making a pattern, every skill is new. But they recommended writing down all of the new skills that you're going to be learning with each pattern. So, because right now everything's new, I only wrote down like the really weird stuff. Like this one, you kind of make a belt. So, on the back it said I needed 2 D-rings and lightweight fusible interfacing and elastic. So I wrote that down on a little sticky note of the stuff that I'm gonna need to like learn how to do. This one needs zippers and hook closures. This one does ruffling and something called casing. I don't know what casing even is, so that's definitely gonna be a new skill. And the reason I chose to start with this one is because other than the basic like following a pattern and like that kind of stuff, this seems like it has the least amount of skills needed to know. So I thought that would be the easiest place to start, even though all of these are marked as easy. So what I did is I read through the directions. I read through it like 3 times. I still don't know what half of the terms that they're talking about mean. Like, it says, it comes with this like crappy little paper to cut it out and place it with nap. I don't know what a nap is. Like, do I take a nap? Do I need to go and take a nap? Is that how this works? I don't know. I wish. That'd be nice. So I'm gonna do some Googling. I also got some relatively cheap fabric. It's not like what I would pick if I were making this like actually to go out and wear, but it's really cheap. This is the cheapest fabric I could find. And it's like a poly cotton blend. Poly cotton blend. But that way, this is a practice. If I mess it up horribly, I'm not out too much. If it works well, I'm gonna go out and buy better material, but more comfortable feeling, and remake it with that. My original Googling says that would be called a mock-up or a tool. I don't. There's a lot of words. It's like a whole nother language. So you're supposed to pre-wash it, see how it shrinks. I'm gonna do that. I'm going to Google some more stuff, see if I can figure that out. I guess I'm supposed to iron this, like open it up and iron it and find which, because it comes with pieces to make all of the different skirt options. I'm going to figure out which ones I need for this skirt, cut those out, see what happens. This is gonna go in for a quick wash. Machine wash cold with light colors, tumble dry low. So that's what I'm gonna do. Even though honestly, if this works out and I do end up wearing it, it's gonna go in like with the rest of my clothes, and I'm not going to give a crap. But I'm going to do it the right way first. You know, may as well, right? I'm going to read through the directions again, Google out more of the terms that I don't know. And then I did figure out that my phone does a time lapse. I'll have to splice the videos together though, because I can't like go back and forth. I've tried a couple times. But that way you can like see everything that I'm doing. And like I won't just have to like come back and be like, hey, by the way, and you miss out on all the stuff. So I'm gonna throw this in the wash. I'm going to do all the Googling that I've mentioned. I will be back. Okay, I Googled what a nap is. It's just like if you have like fuzzy fabric. Not like the plush stuff that I was just using for my pillowcases, but like faux fur or like that weird velvety material. It's when you do like that hand thing. If it's smooth, that is the direction of the nap, and if it's not smooth, it's the against nap. I don't know. That's what Google says. But my stuff's still in the wash. I just put it in. It's been like 5 minutes. I opened up the pattern, and yes, my room is a mess. Don't judge me. That is a lot. I'm going to cut those out, and then each piece has like a little, I'll show you on the smaller piece, like based on your size, which one you want. And then I did find out what those little notches mean. That's the like when you're lining it up, to help you line it up straight. So I'm going to cut this out and in a straight line. I'm going to cut this out in a straight line. Wait for my stuff to be done. And then reread the pattern again. Because, dude, I don't know what's happening. Like, this doesn't make any sense. I'm so, yeah. Read this again. Wait for the laundry to be done. Let's set that out. Put my then cut out pieces onto the fabric. Cut out the fabric. You know, yeah. Once that's done, I'm gonna just put it on time lapse, and I won't bother you guys with my talking. Unless I break down again, because that's always entertaining. Okay, I cut out the smaller bit. Not the bigger one yet. It's set to press your pattern, which is like iron it on a really low setting. Before it just said to do that. I assumed it meant before putting it on your fabric and cutting the fabric, but I'm gonna try it on just the pattern because cutting this out with all the wrinkles in it is a huge pain. And I already can't really do that very well, and I'm terrified. I'm shaking. I'm like the scissors are shaking. I already can't cut in a straight line, and now I'm shaking and afraid, and there's bumps and creases everywhere. So I'm going to set up my iron. I don't have an ironing board, so I'm just going to use some towels. And the fabric's almost done, and it's in the dryer. Once I'm done cutting it out of this garbage material here, I'll have that folded and set out, and I'll probably just get to cutting stuff out tonight because it's already 3:30. I don't know. I'll see how far I get. Alright, I've got all of the pattern pieces cut out. I have my fabric washed. I folded it the way it's supposed to be folded, I think. It's just very long. I can't even pull it out all the way because it's I might have to do this in my hallway. So I'm just I've got the picture of how I'm supposed to lay out the pieces. I think it's this one. And then I don't know, what's this one? So I'm going to lay them out. The problem is that I have to use pattern piece number 3 twice, pattern piece number 2 3 times. Like it's, so I'm gonna do the best that I can. And I'm gonna pin all this down and cut, and then I guess unpin and move the piece and cut more. You know, who knows? Who knows what's happening? But I'm gonna do that in the time lapse if I can figure out how to make that work correctly. That way I'll just have the cutting done tonight. That's probably as far as I'm going to get tonight because like I already have a headache. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, you know? Alright, so I am done for the night. I cut most of everything out. I've realized like this close to having everything cut out, but I don't have enough fabric left for this giant pattern piece. So I do have to go to the store tomorrow. I'll just have to remember to stop at Joann's and get like barely any more fabric, cut that out. And then, I mean, I still haven't gotten the belt fabric yet. I don't know if I'm going to do the belt. I haven't decided on that one. And then tomorrow, finish cutting this out and maybe start sewing it together. Everything's in just a pile right there. There's my pile of fabric that I've cut. I really like the time-lapse feature. That was seriously 2 hours of me just cutting fabric. You can see me laying down a couple times because my back hurts so much from being on the floor. But yeah, that's a nice feature. I will be using that more so you can see more of the process of what's happening. Thank you for watching. If you are watching, have a good night.